Yeah, Drake, Kanye.
Donda's out. Drake got the certified lover boy with all the pregnant women on the cover.
Which would make some nice NFTs.
Hey, you can't make this shit up, But I guess the question is, which album is better in your opinion?
I mean, it's subjective. They're two. Both albums. Got a chance to listen to both albums. With all honesty, I didn't get to finish listening to Drake's album. I think I got about maybe halfway through. But they're two very different projects, and you notice how Kanye's has a lot of artists on his album, has a lot of features, That's something that I noticed off the back, It's like you get the hot young artist who's popping and you incorporate them into your project. And I've seen a lot of that on Kanye's album. So sonically they're different, subject matter is different. Some of Kanye's records felt a little dated to me. Some of the trap records felt a little dated. I don't know. It really just depends the vibe you're in. Drake is always going to deliver to his, but his music to me also sounded the same. It sounded like as I was listening to the first all the way down to what I listened to, everything sounded in the same. Nothing jumped out like, oh my goodness, this is a smash. Everything felt like safe. It felt like, okay, this is gonna be dope elevator music. This is gonna be dope.
Wow, you can't say elevator music.
No, what I mean is it's safe. Like you could hear it played everywhere. You could play it just where you're home cleaning up. You could play it if you're in your car just kind of like cruising. You could play it. It had it crossed over more boundaries, I should say. Drake's music versus Kanye. Kanye, you only could play it in certain areas. Drake just felt like he could play it everywhere. More people would be able to listen to Drake's records.
I find it with Drake stuff. I like both albums, right? Mm-hmm. What's resonating to me a little bit more is going to be Drake, because it feels more hip hop to me. But whereas Kanye's seems a little bit more like he's trying to appeal to a different segment of culture, right? It doesn't just seem like it's just going straight for hip hop. You know what I mean? Like
mm-hmm.
When we talk about some of the hard guitars that he's using throughout, and it's just different. You know what I mean? And some of the stuff. I really like the way that Drake has been. He's rapping. I wish people would stop acting like this guy can't rap. This guy could rap, man. And the way that he crafts his songs, the way that he crafts his messages, the way that he is able to express himself in music. I think it's a testament to how intelligent he is. Because it comes across in his music. It comes across as a conversation with himself.
Yeah, right.
That you have the conversation with himself that he's making you privy to, and he's going through the different emotions and the different things that he may be going through in relationships or what he's going through with people, and on different songs it comes through. From a production level, we are producers. We got to talk about it from a production level for both situations. Mm-hmm. From a production level, like you said, they feel safe, right? Drake's more safe than Kanye's, of course.
Right.
Some of the stuff that Drake chooses to rap on, they're good tracks, right? I'm not saying that they're, but I think we come from an era where the music, album after album, has to elevate.
Right.
Right. And I hate to date ourselves, but let's say we're talking about, say, even a Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
We take a Jay-Z, he got Reasonable Doubt, classic album.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes out with the next album, which is, trying to elevate from where he was.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we're talking about an Illmatic going into when it was written,
Mm-hmm.
people would say that Illmatic is the classic, but it was written was the one that catapulted him into superstardom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ready to Die versus, Life After Death.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, these albums got to continue to kind of, especially when you're at the top tier.
Right.
And you have access to everything and everybody.
Right.
Right. So we're expecting. I think what I'm noticing with a lot of artists now, they're shying away from the music that would normally invoke like a different type of emotion, right? Like how you would have, like how we would classify records as bangers. Like, that's a banger, like, you know what I mean? And
right.
That, like,
you're right.
That's not there anymore. It's like no one is trying to get, like, to me they look like they don't want to battle the beat. So they're picking all this safe production. You know what I mean?
I feel that's what I'm saying. That's why I said the elevator music. That's why I use that term. It just feels safe so that it can be marketed anywhere. And then when it's time to get certain deals and it's time to get certain sponsors, whether it's corporate, like different sponsorships, those records can transition over versus those bangers that we're used to, which could also feel maybe a little bit too hard and too offensive for a lot of different other potential customers and viewers.
And I never viewed it that way. I never viewed it that this kind of music, as we call safe music, mm-hmm. that it has more earning potential.
Right.
Right. It doesn't get you critical acclaim, right? but like, it doesn't get you this is a classic album, but it gets you to the point where, okay, you can kind of monetize it in different venues and different things. That's the only thing that's absent for me. I think and then Kanye being the type of producer that he is, he was always been able to kind of push the envelope, and I didn't really see that on this.